So for me, I'm very interested in how we leverage markets to be able to achieve the sustainable goals that we have, and to recognize it isn't necessarily that you're going to have this wellspring of consumers who are willing to pay for green goods and services. It's going to be things like, take automobiles, if simply they're able to get the cost of battery technology down, it might be the preferred technology on the current dimensions of merit. Just it's a better, more efficient, inexpensive car compared to an internal combustion engine. I think thinking on those kind of market terms and understanding how markets shift when new technologies come about are really critical to our advancement here.
I think sustainable development has been a key way to think about the problem, because what you need is not only to solve the big environmental problems that we're facing, including climate change, deforestation, loss of species, but you also have to make it economically survivable, right? So a mistake in dealing with environmental problems has been to say, well, this environmental problem's coming up, so therefore everybody has to pay more money, or therefore everyone has to have one child only and no more. Or so I think the problem is when you have radical solutions that are not economically sensible, then people don't want to do them. Or if you have an environmental solution that says, okay, we're going to shut down the power plant, we're going to shut down, you can't buy a car, or you have to pay a huge, bigger tax for everything, people are just going to say, no, we don't want to do that. People are going to be against the policy. So what you have to do is combine the environmental goal, let's go to a renewable economy, let's reduce our reliance on oil, coal, eventually gas, and then let's have a plan for a switch.
The challenge is that it's hard to force the laggards to follow up. And I think the only way to really get that to happen is through government policy. And I think we just need to face up to that role, and it calls for political renewal, certainly in the United States, but around the world, a lot of countries are really in flux. It's a turbulent, challenging time, and I think we need to face up to the fact that we need government to play a constructive role and to work with the corporate sector to lead and also to kind of raise the playing field so that everyone wins by being greener, and you can't profit by dumping trash in the ocean or failing to comply with regulations.
I would like to think that you can do a lot from the bottom up, but I think you can make much bigger strides from the top down. And so I'm hoping that our policymakers and leaders, see the importance of it. And in a lot of ways, a handful of people could make a really, really, really big difference on sort of what we are all required to do, what companies are required to do, just sort of what the norm is on these kinds of outcomes.